Hey everyone, this is your stimulus update for Wednesday, July 29th. In this stimulus update, I'm going to be talking to those of you that haven't received your first stimulus check, as well as the latest on the second stimulus check, as well as the Senate proposal that was just released and the negotiations that are going on between the House and the Senate for the next stimulus plan. My name is Justin and I do stimulus updates and I give financial advice. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified each and every time I upload a new video. And if you find this content helpful, be sure to like this video so that YouTube will share it with others. So let's talk about this second stimulus plan first, and then later on in the video I will talk to those of you that are still wondering about the first stimulus check, including some more information about expats and some payment dates that the IRS has just released. The second stimulus check of $1,200 could go out as soon as the third week in August. However, in order for that to happen, the House and the Senate need to come together and merge their two plans and make some compromises so that the next stimulus plan can be approved by the August 7th deadline. And that deadline is because if they don't hit that deadline, then they're going back on recess for another month, and then we would have to wait until September for negotiations to resume. So what needs to happen before the next deal is done? Well, on Monday, Nancy Pelosi met with Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin and White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows to start negotiations on the next stimulus package. She said, "We hope that we would be able to reach an agreement. We clearly do not have shared values. Having said that, we just want to see if we can find some common ground to go forward, but we're not at that place yet." On the other side, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said, "The American people need more help. They need it to be comprehensive, and they need it to be carefully tailored to this crossroads. This is what the Senate majority has assembled." So Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell both want to get a deal done, but they obviously have differences in opinions on what should be in that deal. One of the major differences in both of these plans is the unemployment bonus. Back in May, the HEROS Act extended the unemployment benefit of $600 per week. However, that plan was never passed in the Senate. The Senate plan that came out this week included $200 per week for unemployment extension, and that expires in September. After September, there would be a 70% of a worker's previous pay that would be included on top of what the state is paying. This is so that these workers would not receive more than they were receiving under their job while they were on unemployment. The final plan will have to come to a compromise of somewhere between that $600 per week and the $200 per week that the Senate proposed, and the Senate's plan also included a cap of up to $500. So it seems like they aren't that far apart in the unemployment benefits, but there will have to be some wiggle room either on the House side or on the Senate side, or maybe on both, and they'll come somewhere between that $200 to $600 mark. In addition to the differences on unemployment, there are major differences on liability protections as well as protections for employees in places of business. The House wants to ensure that there are OSHA standards added to protect workers by setting guidelines for employers to follow to protect workers from this spread of the coronavirus. On the other hand, the Senate wants liability protections for hospitals, schools, churches, and businesses so that they cannot be sued if a person or an employee contracts the coronavirus while they're at their establishment. The final plan could very well include both of these provisions and make both the House and the Senate happy so that the workers get protections and that the Senate could get protections for businesses so that they could be protected from frivolous lawsuits. The final plan will probably include both of these provisions. The House will get their OSHA requirements and the Senate will probably get some liability protection. As far as help for state and local governments, the House plan included $1 trillion to ease financial burdens caused by the pandemic, and others have argued that states would be using these funds for problems they had well before the first of this year and weren't related to the shutdowns and the pandemic at all. The Senate's proposal didn't include any funding for state and local governments, so they're $1 trillion apart. However, the Senate's plan did allow for more flexibility in states to use previous funds that have already been allotted, many of which still have not even been used up. So since they're $1 trillion apart, it seems like this is going to be a major sticking point. However, I think the Senate's plan of allowing more flexibility could be a compromise that maybe the House is willing to do, as long as maybe they throw in some money for the states and local governments as well. It may not be that full $1 trillion, and probably won't be that full $1 trillion, but there probably will be some amount that's given to state and local governments, as well as more flexibility for using the previous funds. One of the things that's obviously the most popular in both the House and the Senate plan is the $1,200 stimulus check. This is the second stimulus check that everyone's been waiting for. Luckily, both the House and the Senate's plans included provisions for this $1,200 stimulus check for individuals and $2,400 for couples. The only difference in the two plans with regards to stimulus checks is for dependents. Both plans include money for dependents, which is great news for those of you that were left out on the first stimulus check. Those of you that are wondering if you're going to get the second stimulus check and are on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, or VA benefits, you will be eligible for the second stimulus check, whether you were claimed as a dependent or not. The $1,200 payment will go to those of you that are not claimed as dependents, and if the House of Representatives has their way, it would include $1,200 for those that are claimed as dependents as well. The Senate plan only included $500 for those that were claimed as dependents. Many were assuming that the Senate plan would not include dependents once again. So somewhere between that $1,200 and $500 mark, those of you that were claimed as dependents, you will be receiving a stimulus check this time. I do think that they'll come to an agreement on this issue, and I don't think that it will hold up the next stimulus bill. They are both wanting a stimulus check for everybody pretty much, at least as long as they're below the income threshold. One of the other things that could be holding up this next stimulus bill is with regards to funding for schools. The Senate plan included $105 billion for funding for schools, but it was mostly tied to reopening. The House has said they want about $100 billion as well, but they don't want that tied to school reopenings. So there will have to be some negotiations there, but I don't foresee that this is going to be something that's going to hold up this next stimulus plan. For those of you that are wondering about the first stimulus check, direct deposits are going out again today, as it is Wednesday. I have seen some comments in my comment section already this morning that people have been receiving their checks today. One of those people was an expat and those living abroad. For those expats that have not received their first stimulus check, the IRS has said that most direct deposits and stimulus checks that are mailed will be going out by July 24th. If you haven't received your direct deposit yet, check your bank account today, and that's for US-based banks if you're an expat. And if you are a Social Security beneficiary and an expat, the IRS said the remaining direct deposit and paper check EIPs, or stimulus checks, should be completed by August 12th and August 14th, respectively, according to the IRS. So August 12th for direct deposits for those of you that are expats, and August 14th for those paper checks that are being mailed. So that's like the final date that they should be sending them out. So by August 12th, you expats that are on Social Security, you should be receiving your direct deposit if you have a US-based bank account. So that's great news. You guys have been waiting forever. If you are on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, or receive VA benefits, you are included in both the first stimulus check and the second stimulus check. If you haven't received your payment yet, keep checking the Get My Payment tool. Also, if you are not required to file taxes, please fill out the non-filers form if you haven't already. The non-filers form will inform the IRS where you are, where to send your payment, and how to mail you a check if they have to mail you a check. It's critical that you guys get your first stimulus check before this second stimulus check starts rolling out, because then hopefully they will know exactly where to send your second stimulus check as well. If you haven't received your first check, please also call the IRS 1-800-919-9835. That number is going to give you some frustration. You probably already tried calling it, but if you haven't already, try calling it, and try calling in the evening, as I've heard that that's maybe a better time even than in the morning. So early in the morning or in the evening, try calling this number, 919-9835. Make sure you get your first stimulus check issues resolved before this second stimulus check goes. Because if you're trying to call the IRS after everyone's wait for their second stimulus check, then your wait times are going to be even worse than they were before. So get these issues resolved, get your first stimulus check, and then you should be getting your second stimulus check soon thereafter. Once again, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for all your support and for subscribing to my channel and for everything else. I will keep you up to date on all the latest with the negotiations for the next stimulus plan and for what's happening with the second stimulus check. As soon as we get a date for that second stimulus check, I will let you know. Thank you once again for watching, and I will talk to you again soon.